Are you tired of all the bullshit that everybody is trying to tell you to believe this, to believe that? Then you're in the right place. Are you tired of feeling different in every place that you go? You want to talk about these deep things. You don't have anybody to talk to. You're in the right place. You feel like you're very spiritually aware in a world that is asleep and everybody's just like freaking feels like they're dead. It's a bunch of wet fish and carcasses just walking around, but they're in these flesh suits. I don't mean to be mean, but like, you know, that's sometimes how it can be. When you feel like you're spiritually aware and you're awake to a lot of this stuff, or at least you're on your path, you're starting to wake up and say, hey, wait, something's not right here. What kind of world are we living in? This doesn't make any sense. We get up in the morning, we go to these work jobs or just another notch in the machine, and then we go eat food, and we keep on this cycle and these habits and the movies and everything. And all that stuff is not bad within itself. And this is part of the human experience, the time that we're in this astrological area in the big watch of time on this earth that we're in right now, where we go through these seasons, these cycles on a much bigger scale. So I just want to invite you here into this place. You know, when we talk about concrete spirituality, getting into a more firm, you know, place in life. Because if you're, excuse me, if you're thinking of all these things, if you're stuck in this kind of war with yourself and with the world, and you have all these questions, and you're kind of stuck in your head and thinking all the time, and you have all these spiritual things, but you have no outlet for it because everybody then thinks they start judging you. You try to go to church. There's no answers there, really. You pretend, blah, blah, blah. You feel even more fake. You even feel more lost. Well, I might as well just grab onto something, you know, hey, anything, you know, some church, you know, people waving them the hands every Sunday, the cool music and all that stuff. But yet there's still something inside of you that's like questioning, really, what is the real? There's something more here going on. There's something much deeper going on with the human process and this whole carcass of a earth that we're on, this living organism that we're actually on at a deeper level. What if the cells in our own body, you know, are living lives just like what we're living in? Some of them even commit suicide, you know? How crazy is that, right? So what if the cells, what if like we really are living on something like that, like a carcass, you know, a living carcass, and just nothing is what you think it is. So I'm not saying it is that or not. I'm not here to confuse you. I'm just saying this is a safe place to finally go deep. And I'm creating this community where we can really go deep and go into the depths of these things without any judgment, without any fear, on concrete, on earth, on a surface that is going to be strong, so where we can handle these types of, you know, higher forms of thinking, right? And so that's what I want to create, and also integrate these things into our daily lives, so that way we're not struggling with the small talk or feeling depressed when we're going out with family gatherings or watching the football game with your friends. So that way you can integrate all these deep processes that you have, that maybe you had for years. Maybe you're like me, you've had that stuff for years and you've had to seek and you haven't found yet, and that's okay, because you don't have to look very far, because all you got to do is look within. And we're going to help you do that. We're going to help you ground all that energy and all that stuff into your daily life, so you can finally breathe again and actually live and have a decent life without, you know, feeling so up in the air and frustrated and just, it's miserable. Let's just face it. It's a very miserable place to feel so totally outcasted from society, outcasted from the tribe, you know. You're kind of like, if people who think different, there's a thinker, you know. It's like kind of like that. He's not conforming. He doesn't, you know. It's like this is the place for you then, if you can relate to that. I'm going to read a little bit out of the Bible now, okay? And here's the reason why. So any of you, this is just really mostly talking to anybody who's kind of gone to church and all that stuff. They don't tell you this stuff. So this is the main one here. That is really important because, here we go. Here it is, sorry. Let's see. Matthew 6, here we go. Matthew 6:22. So this is crazy. The light of the body is the eye. If then eye be single, thy whole body shall be light. So that's what he's saying. Jesus is saying that, like, hey, You actually have all the light within you. It's inside of you. No preacher that's like New Age stuff. That's like real, that's like Hinduism or something. Like they're talking about the Kundalini, the eye, your eye be single, your whole body be filled with light. And I just think that's cool because it's like these hidden messages. This is what I'm starting to figure out. These hidden messages that have been going on for a long time are within this book. They're within a lot of books, but it's like a code has been written in some of these words. But most people do not know how because it's too scary. It's too scary for most people to understand that. It also says something about the kingdom of Ubaga. I can't even speak. The kingdom of God being within you. And this is the other whole thing. The kingdom of God is within you, and most people do not want to accept that either. Luke 17:21, here it is. Yeah, so everybody's looking all over the place for God, and they think he's up there just like judging us and pissed off, and it's like, screw these guys. Like, just look, maybe there's that going on, and then maybe there's dynamics of that going on. Maybe there's wars going on up there, and we don't know about. Clearly because clearly there's things that are allowed to go on here that are absolutely freaking insane and ridiculous and catastrophic. People spraying crap, chemicals all over the place. They're putting absolute crap in the food and the chemicals to keep us weak, to keep us tired. Non-stop screens, non-stop, porn, non-stop freaking everything that's bad for you possibly at your fingertips now. Like, what's going on? What is up with that? And the thing is, though, people, and then, people want to justify all this stuff. Oh, it's just the devil. It's like, well, he gets blamed for more stuff than anything. It's like, really? What if it's you? What if it's me? What if it's my neighbor? What if it's us as a human being, the temple of God within? We need to take responsibility. Jesus says, I'm not being blasphemous. I'm not saying, oh, you're an egoist. I'm saying what is said on here, which, I question a lot of the stuff in this Bible, in this book, because I believe it was rewritten so many times. And but when you start to read through the code, it's a code. It's like a hidden message in them. When you start to decipher the code, neither shall men say, lo here or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of God is within you. It's within you. Okay? And he said unto his disciples, the days will come when ye shall desire to see. One of the days will come, when you see one of the days of the Son of Man, and ye shall not see it. Most people are not seeing it. But those of us who are kind of waking up, or who feel awakened, or who are questioning things, that's the beginning of that. That's the beginning of starting to see. Because like these guys with all the religion and stuff, and just following the, like I gotta pray 40 times to, I gotta do this exact ritual. I gotta follow the Easter Sunday thing, or else blah blah. They're all chasing after their freaking tails, man. It's like addiction. I know. I've been in addiction. It's the same kind of thing that I see. And excuse me, what I'm seeing here is like a whole different thing. The kingdom of God is within us. And that's the responsibility that we need to take. We need to ground that and take that and integrate that into our daily lives. And it's like, okay. And then you can relax. You have a higher responsibility. It's difficult. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's too late for you. If you're already listening to me this long, at 8-9 minutes long, you already resonate with it. You know how difficult it is. You know how almost impossible it is to live life because you have this power inside of you. It's like you are a lion. It's like you are a lion. A lion. You feel like you have the power of a lion, but you're living inside of a chihuahua. You see what I'm saying? You're like living inside of a chihuahua's body, but you feel like a lion. Because this society and everything is trying to keep us just tiny, and control and trying to control us. And I'm sick of it. I'm done. I'm done with it. I really, and all this, a lot of this has to do with getting our bodies back in a clean order in the temple, cleaning out parasites and stuff. I'm doing all this research now on all this parasite stuff. They're saying like parasites are demons and stuff, and it's like there's a lot of, looks like pretty pretty clear evidence for that those things are living off of us, and we're completely, we keep giving in to this, and like we're doing all these actions that are not even our own making, because we don't even know who we are. We've lost that. We were born into a world to forget everything. We have the kingdom of God within us, a spirit of God, of creation within us, and we forgot all of that. And then we're molded and manipulated in a way to keep continuing this whole thing that's going on. It's like, isn't this exhausting at this point? Isn't everybody tired? Even the billionaire guys, I'm hearing like videos and stuff about them, people interviewing them, and they're like, yeah, the billionaires are, telling like I can't remember who they were talking to, like Jordan Peterson, I think, somebody like that, who was interviewing billionaires, and they're saying, yeah, we are not happy. Because we can never shut it down. We can never relax. So what we all need to do is to start grounding this stuff. And, I don't have all the answers. I don't have every solution. I just know, I know how to start to integrate these spiritual things and to actually start to live a more grounded life. Perfect? No, but at least livable. And that's what I want for you, to not just be living a livable life, but thrive. And, I need your guys' help to really start thriving. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like, my next stage is to actually start talking about these things, start really going for it, creating this community, having live events in Peru, and having these spiritual experiences, and helping people to really integrate that and to find their power within themselves. And, I hope people become just better than me, that's what I really, truly want for people. To become the mayors of their town, to start leading, to start standing up to this stuff, to start meditating in the right way, and we start doing this, in the right way, concrete, grounded, not a bunch of weird crap, no weird culty crap, because that's the other thing. When you're kind of like us, I've gotten dragged into so many different directions. They never could get me, but it was like, I meet people. It turns out it's like a cult. Just trying to find community. I was trying to find people, common people, who I'd vibe with and talk to about these deep subjects and stuff. And a lot of the times, unfortunately, you find people who might, oh, cool, I finally found it. And then it ends up being some weird, wacky, stuff where they manipulate and change the Bible, and they do all this stuff. But they're not really talking about this. Nobody's talking about, hey, the kingdom of God is within you. Because guess what? When you start to realize that, you don't need them. Oh, I don't need to give 10% tithe to the church. That's BS. Like, who came with that? No, there's a whole different significance with that, the whole 10% thing. And yeah, so this is kind of what this channel is about: concrete spirituality, people who are in pain because they know too much, they have too much weight, a lot of wisdom, and they don't know how to communicate this, and they then shut down. And I don't want you to do what I did for so many years, which was shut that part of myself down. And that's a shame. And, it's time to come back. And I'm coming back, and and I want to take you guys along with me, and let's help each other like this, arm in arm. We're going to walk through the depths of this, and we're going to be concrete on solid ground, rock solid ground, and integrating an incredible spiritual understanding that you have into our daily life, so we can enjoy life again and show. And then we don't have to tell our friends and family about it. You gotta wake up, you gotta do it. No, because they're gonna question, like, what are you doing? They're gonna wanna know a little more. And people don't think you're as crazy as they used to, by the way, because look at the world, look at the stuff that's going on. The people and don't worry about trying to convince everybody that this is going on. There's orbs in the sky, and there's all this, going on, and the world is not at all what you think it is. Blah blah blah. Like, don't worry about don't waste your energy trying to do that. Let's meet all together in this community, and let's start to really, let's just first start there, right? Let's start there, ground the energy, do some physical exercises and practices and meditations, and we're going to really evolve in a very cool way. All right, you guys subscribe, and talk to y'all soon. Peace.